Okay.
Oh shit. Oh, look at my ping. My
Three,
ping is
two,
like
one.
1020. Okay, never mind.
True. And with that, we are live.
I, Wait, we're gonna do it on Facebook?
Yep. Uh, it's gonna be live on Facebook and later be uploaded to YouTube. So Facebook and later
S.A.L.T. S.A.L.T.
uploaded to
podcast.
YouTube. So Facebook. That's what we are basically doing right now, right? We are being salty. So, hello, what's up, guys? I'm trying to do something over here. Take a time out. What do I
Send me a
say?
link to the stream. Send me a link to the stream.
You can take it from Harshad. So, what was it? Like, okay, yeah. Hello, guys. Welcome to what might be a new series on the channel, but this is the first episode of our podcast over here. So, today we are going to be discussing about microtransactions and Activision's new matchmaking system that sort of tries and tricks players into buying items.
Yeah, basically bullshit.
Hey, dude, you're 13. Don't say those words.
But yeah, so I think Dragon, put it on push to talk, man. It's echoing a bit. So what I wanted to start off with is that recently, about a year ago, I think, Activision put in a patent request for a system. What's happening now? Patent request for a new gameplay system. Yeah, I should probably put the links in the description,
Very, very nice.
so you guys can take a look at the articles we are checking out as reference over here. So what these articles say that is back in 2015, Activision filed a patent request for a system for driving microtransactions of a multiplayer game. So what this system did was it allowed you to buy skins. So the player with the skins gets matched with lower skilled players in such a way that you didn't feel bad about spending your money to get the skins. So what it also does is that if you didn't buy the skins, it would mean that you'll be matched up with players that own skins and are also at a higher skill level than you. Basically, if I should put it in CS:GO terms, a silver getting matched up with a gold Nova or above, who probably owns skins. It's such that they trick you into thinking that having these skins will make you play better, and in this case it's not even a trick. They are saying it legit outright. You can see it in the article. If you read it, it's there. So that's how this system works, and I don't know to what extent they are going to be applying this, because there might be a minute implementation of this where it's just you get matched up with people just one level above your skill level or one level below, such that it doesn't affect your rankings and stuff, because people take ranks in games pretty seriously. If you look at games such as Dota and all, we will be talking about this later. I'm just giving a slight info before we get started with the discussions over here. So it sort of makes you feel bad in a way, that you're not doing this on your own skill level for me. So yeah, just take a look at the articles over here, and well, so far we have, let's see, we have 5 people over here with us today. General Peanuts, Solar, and
Hey.
I don't know where Dragon went. That's
Yeah,
Harshad.
hits just left, like right now.
Yeah.
What an
No,
idiot, dude.
We have a guest today. I don't think he has been with us in Google Games before.
no, I haven't been
Oh,
here
hello.
before.
Please
So,
introduce yourself.
okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna talk. So, let's continue.
Oh, he's not gonna say
Okay.
anything. Okay.
You're not gonna
By
introduce
the
him.
way, he's 13, girls. So don't please don't hit on him.
Okay, so you have me, Brad's over here. I have about 10 to 12 years of gaming with me, under me. And there's Dragon over here. So, guys, put in your intros. There's Dragon, we have General Peanuts and Solar with us today. Each have their own channels. I'll drop their individual links in the description as well. So we'll get started with.
I don't have a channel. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, yes. No,
Wait,
Solar
My
does have a
channel
channel.
is completely shit, so.
No,
I
Solar.
don't,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't have a channel. Yay.
It's fine.
Okay,
I
so
know.
Solar basically does have a channel. It's just my channel.
You know, even the dragon got a channel.
I
The
only
gamer, the famous YouTuber.
exactly. We have Harshad from here, from the Hindi Gamer, so you can check out his channel as well. So
Yeah.
Harshad, how about yourself before we start?
Yeah, I'm Harshit Hadish. Basically, I'm a 3D game artist and yep, a gamer. I do YouTubing a lot, not a lot, maybe once a video per month, right, Hadish?
Okay, that's enough.
And yeah,
Peanuts.
and I and I talk
Peanuts,
too much.
hello, General Peanuts. My real name would be Ivan. I mostly do Overwatch streams, but I do plan on doing more content once I get a new laptop. So that's pretty much it.
Solar.
Hi, you have seen me from Frad's streams before, and I'm basically Google Games mascot. And there's nothing much to say about me. I'm gonna do solo streams around December, maybe next year, just so that I can finally do my proper job as a mascot.
Yawns? What do we
Okay.
call you?
Hello, I'm Yaz Gaming. You haven't seen me before or heard my voice before, and I'm
No,
new. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My real name's Soren. So
Yeah.
I just want to say your voice is really cute.
now,
Stop hitting on.
Yeah, exactly. Stop hitting on kids.
I'm not hitting on him. I'm just protecting him.
So before we, since we're talking about microtransactions, I don't want you guys to think that we do not spend on games. We probably spend a hell lot on games than we do on any other things. I don't know. I've owned a lot of skins in games. I do spend a lot on games. The same
It's
applies.
basically selling your soul.
Yeah, gaming's been a lot. Gaming's a big thing for us, so we probably spend a lot on it, be it our systems or games or the content we buy in games. But yeah, it's we do spend a lot on it generally. And there was another person who was supposed to be joining. This guy usually pre-orders, and we have Harshad over here who pre-orders 3, 4 games at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year I pre-ordered 3 games: For Honor, our Watch Dogs 2, and Ghost Dragon Violence.
Yeah, so
And I feel sorry.
basically, he just spends his money on games.
all of us
I'm
do.
like completely against pre-ordering because if we pre-order, we're just giving them reasons to be lazy, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
But they are giving you content, right? If you were to pre-order, they give you
Yeah, but-
content, some extra
Oh,
additional
that's
content.
the problem, Pradeep. With For Honor, just check out my videos. I've posted it, and I've asked them to give something to pre-order owners. They give literally nothing to pre-order owners. Like the season pass, it's just a name. The season pass is just a name. You get nothing as a pre-order.
But you were supposed to look at it before you pre-ordered a game. Why didn't you decide that before you actually pre-ordered the game?
Actually, they promise that you will get characters other than what normal people are getting and too much stuff. And I was feeling like excited. It's good thing I'm getting 2 characters. But then they decided no, we are giving it to everyone. Others have to buy it with in-game currencies. I was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, it's
So
like
there is nothing exclusive for us.
when I pre-ordered Final Fantasy 15. I mean, I didn't pre-order it. I just waited on eBay. Like after the game released a month or two, I got it for a much lesser price without even pre-ordering, and I got the pre-order content.
Okay,
Nice.
so the thing about pre-ordering is that you get the game before the game actually gets released, and is there waiting on your desk for the game to be released. So initially, you're not going to be playing the game before it's going to be releasing. So I don't get the idea why people are going to pre-order. Have you, Solo? Have you pre-ordered any games yet?
To be honest, I don't really pre-order games because I just wait for others to pre-order the game, and then when they say the game is good, game is bad, I'm gonna check out critics. I'm gonna check out opinions from my friends, and if the game is gonna be check it out myself. If I don't have any pre-order content, that's no problem. I'm just gonna hug them all from my friends.
Yeah, that's fine. So what do you think? I don't think people get lured into it, but some people do fall for the trick and pre-order almost any game that's out there.
I mean, if the pre-order has a season pass, then it's acceptable.
So no, like so the actual
Like
game
what I
price, yeah. So the actual game price might be around 3K, and when you're pre-ordering it, it's gonna be around 3.5 or 4K. Do you think the price is justified with the game, the content they provide you as a exclusive to the pre-order bonus?
Yeah, but
I mean, like I just said, if they have a season pass, then it's okay because you're actually getting a discount off on the season pass.
But
As
season pass
opposed
should be
yeah,
worth, right?
no,
I've seen games. You get the season pass, yeah, it's quite good. You get a free DLC, it's also good. The contents in that DLC is so less that it's not worth a penny.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's also true. That's true for most games, I think.
yeah, that's true. But usually, like in the pre-order, there's actually something bonus content they give to you. So it's maybe like I don't know. They're like, oh, we gave you this, and now you have to pay more money for that, and you're getting the game early. So that's the thing that they're going for.
Wow.
Well, so yeah. Can you guys just talk more about it, or just continue ahead to
No, we
the?
should talk. We should actually give examples. Examples
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
let's come back to For Honor. What they gave in DLC, or like I said, they gave me character. They were open already. They were unlocked already. But for other players, they have to unlock it via currency.
Okay.
But just look at the amount of DLC other games are giving to us. For example, Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Their DLC, they are really good, and their DLC doesn't even look like a DLC. They look like a whole new game, a vast game they're giving as a DLC, which actually mesmerize the heart.
But you know what game had a great DLC? The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 had the
Yeah, exactly
best
what.
DLCs
Yeah,
ever.
very
That's
expensive.
great.
No, we aren't talking about DLCs at this point right now.
Yeah,
Right.
but,
We're,
Now,
we are
basically, we're
talking.
talking about microtransactions, right?
Yeah.
So the microtransaction should be in a way that they actually work.
Yep. That's true. No. We haven't gotten. We are pretty much still talking about the pre-order bonuses at this point. So yeah. So you were talking about the pre-order bonuses not being worth what you're paying for it. But I guess we're gonna wind up the topic over there. So next up, we'll talk about
Round two.
let's talk about free-to-play games and at what point does a free-to-play game turn into a pay-to-win game? So before
Oh boy.
before I just let you guys take a tip at it, let me just explain a few things. So there are a lot of free-to-play games out there. We have games such as anything Dota, League of
Dota.
Legends,
Unturned.
Unturned,
Warframe.
Warframe. Yeah, you have these all AAA quality game titles out there, which are pretty
Oh,
much free to
don't
play.
forget about the RPG games.
Yeah, RPG.
And
Exactly.
yeah, as
Just
a
let me just.
Warface,
Yeah.
Warface, Warface.
Warface, yeah, exactly. So there are these free-to-play games out there which are pretty much AAA quality, but they don't need money to run their servers, so that they can continue supporting the game, continue developing newer content for the game. So, it's better when free-to-play games provide content for your actual money, so like such as skins or cosmetics. So, uh, so it's, so by buying these cosmetics and stuff, at some point you're also supporting the devs to provide new content as well as keep the game running.
Exactly.
But some games such as Crossfire and there are many other games where how do I put it? Where there the items actually literally affect the gameplay. So the content is usually hidden behind a paywall where you have to pay real money to get some items which majorly affect your gameplay, such as like you might have some guns which sort of one shot people, and some items that let you be overpowered. So
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah, but
that's kind of a reason
even
for that.
among uh, should I go? Even
Yeah,
among some paid games that ask you for money for items that affect gameplay, if they do it right, then it's not a problem. Like when you play Elder Scrolls Online, you have items that affect your gameplay, like a mount or a specific stone that allows you to craft in any style you want. Now, those things affect gameplay, but they don't affect it that badly. They just give you a very slight advantage, and that's
yeah,
actually acceptable in you know acceptable in games. I don't think
but
Basically,
it's
micro,
pay to win.
justified.
yeah, but basically microtransactions are actually kind of necessary for free to play games because they're developing the game for like they're spending money for
Exactly.
making the
Yeah.
game, and it's free to play, so people are just downloading it, so it's kind of necessary for microtransactions to be there in
Yeah,
free to
that's
play
what I
games.
mean by us supporting devs by buying these stuff such as skins and stuff, and uh, it's fine as long as if a game is free to play and it's multiplayer, a competitive level gaming where it's not you against bots but against real people. I don't think items that give people an advantage over you just cause they paid money to the devs. Well,
Okay,
They are
those
doing
games
this
are actually
like
horrible.
giving. Yeah, sure, you
okay,
go.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Go for it.
So, Solar, he wants you to go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
me first.
Solar, please.
Okay, so it's basically like this. Um, using microtransactions to be better than another player, which is another human, is actually pretty horrible, especially for games with matchmaking. I mean, if they're selling like characters, extra champions, extra heroes, and stuff like that, I mean that's fine because it's a way to market your game while giving content to your players. But if you're going to use microtransaction as a way to improve yourself to give the player an advantage over another player, that's basically like giving a player like, how do I put this? It's like giving him like a candy, saying like,
It's
this is.
I think it's more like giving him the middle finger.
It's not really giving him the middle. It's not really giving him a middle finger. It's basically like this. The player goes on a Halloween trick or treating, and then this player, this okay. So basically, there's two kids. This kid is the grandma's favorite, and this kid is basically the disgrace of the family, which is the non-paying player. So basically, if you ask a pie or a candy from your grandma is gonna give the paying kid the one with the really really delicious baked pie, and then the non-paying kid would just get
The crappy
the
one.
the crappy one.
That
And
brings
that's
back some bad memories.
and it will bring you some bad memories. It's basically like it's basically like it's basically like this. The non-playing player will be like, oh, what did I do wrong? I mean, I've been training my skills and stuff like that, but it turns out it wasn't a skill; it was the player advantage. So basically, it's not in a balanced ground. Everybody is just being like being fake and shit like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not actual
Yeah, yeah,
skill. It's
exactly.
just the items which are boosting their skill level over there. So
It's
yeah,
basically fighting a cat against a lion.
okay. So let's sink into our
I
next
think,
question. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
hmm
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I think companies will continue to do it because they want what they want is money.
Yeah,
If you are opening a company, you want is money, right?
exactly.
So I think if that's the case, then the matchmaking should be like this: that yeah, A got an advantage and B also got an advantage. So the competition should be between them and not between A and C, where A got the advantage but C doesn't have the advantage of the skill. So in that way, I think it will be much fairer for every player.
So yeah.
Basically, cosmetic items are the way to go. Like they're the best thing ever. Like they don't affect gameplay, but people have the joy of having something that no one else has, or
Yeah,
someone
Yeah,
else
like
might not have.
basically that's just wasting money on virtual items.
Oh well,
That is what
that
it
is
is.
what it is. Yeah, like it or not, but that is what it is. You're basically putting in
and
mind.
people will buy it. They
One
will
sec. One sec.
want to be different.
But actually, that's debatable because it's like this. We have every one of us has all different items, and each one of their value actually depends on the person. So if we see a value on this item like that we really like, we will buy it because it's valuable to us. If it looks like shit to others and it's important to us, of course we would want that. So
Yeah,
that's basically the mentality of the players.
and
That's
like
true.
people even turn it into businesses just because some others buy and sell. We can talk about the Steam market. People actually make money trading and selling
Trading,
skins like
trading.
that.
But
Trading, yeah.
Oh.
but you need to note that even though in Steam market you can do trading and sell stuff, you do not get back real money. Whatever money you
Yeah,
put
but
inside Steam stays inside Steam.
Continue.
You don't have a way to take the money out of it unless
yeah,
you
but
involve third party sites. You know, like the
yeah,
gambling
but
sites.
you're a gamer, so basically you're not gonna stick to one game. You're gonna stick to you're gonna try out new games, and Steam is like a big company. Like it's a big front for new video games.
Yeah.
So even if you don't get it back as actual money, you can use the Steam money to buy the games. You can save money like that.
Exactly. So what I do is when I put money into some game, wait. So what I actually do is when I buy stuff for games, virtual items such as skins and stuff. Once I get tired of the skins, at some point you do get old. Or it gets old, and you want new stuff. What you do is you sell it. The Steam market exists for that very reason. Suppose you do not want a new item and you want a new game, you get back the money. So sure, totally you won't get 100% of the money you put in. It depends on what the current value of that particular item you're willing to sell. So sometimes you get back more than what you've spent. Sometimes you get 50% of what you spent. Sometimes around 2% of what you spent.
Yeah, but people are actually paying real money to trade in-game items. Like people pay through Paytm and stuff like that for Rocket League items and things like that.
So the thing is, games are pretty much virtual. We are pretty much putting money into virtual things as it is. So there's that point where it's already we are putting money into virtual things already, right? So yeah,
True.
so that already puts away the question of
It's more
asking.
of a show off
Yeah.
than enjoyment.
No, this is like basically our wish if we want to put the money or in. It's not forcing you to put it in. Whatever you do doesn't affect the game how you play it. Even if you spend around 2000 or 3000 for in-game items, if your skill level is bad, you're gonna be stuck in the silvers or whatever the lowest rank is, right? So yeah, so let me just ask the first question. We haven't even asked. I haven't even asked the first question. So, my first question was: at what point does a free-to-play game turn into a pay-to-win game? What do you guys think?
Is anyone willing to answer that?
I'd say it's pretty simple. It's when items that you buy for cash affect the gameplay. That's pretty much it. That's if it undermines the skill of another player, or if it gives you an advantage, it is pay to win.
Oh, the number one examples are games with memberships.
Mm-hmm. So, what Peanut is telling that if items affect the in-game,
Mhm.
how do I put it? In-game experience of the player. So that's sort of pay to win already. The more a person invests in the game, the better they are. So it's not as long as a person puts enough time into it, getting better. That they're not getting better at it. It's just the
But
people who put in money.
even if a game is pay to win, it can still be enjoyable. I mean, take Warframe for example. It's a completely free game, but it's so smooth. It's so refined that you don't even mind the fact that some of the the classes you need money to actually get some of them.
Actually, I'll add on to that. Warframe. In Warframe, you do not actually need to spend money unless you
Yeah,
want
but
to.
it,
The
it gives an
grind.
advantage. It does give an advantage. You can
No, no,
use
no. The thing is,
real money.
yeah, the thing in Warframe is that you have ways to earn these platinums through in-game grinding. It's just an
Yeah,
intense grind. Like it's a huge grind. It's not something you can do in 2 days or something. It takes weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. You're putting a lot of time to get the premium quality items. I'm good with this. As long as there's a way other than spending money to get the premium items, I'm good doing it. I'm gonna put in time, get the item I want. That's totally fine with me. But
yeah. So they're
completely,
basically half pay to win because you have an option to pay.
yeah. See
Just
some.
pay it, you are filthy rich. Just pay for it and got it. Wow, crazy nice.
Yeah, some people do not have the whole day for just playing games. They have other stuff to do. So I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine, as long as it's not completely pay to win, where someone just pays and totally destroys the other players without just any skill level. Moderate pay to win is okay up to a certain level, I guess. So the next question is, it's already a stretched out topic. Yeah, sure, dude. Let's play PUBG tomorrow. The Steam chat started speaking. I didn't notice it at all.
Okay, so did we actually did we actually answer the right first question then?
There's no right and wrong in this thing. It's basically
Just
our views. Yeah,
opinion.
It's completely subjective.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Subjective.
so the second thing is microtransactions in fully priced games. So no, we already talked about microtransactions in free-to-play games, right?
Oh boy, here comes the salt.
Now, now,
Interesting start.
wait 1 minute. Yeah, just that. So what I was telling is like microtransactions in fully paid games. Like these are games that ask you to pay full price, 3K, 5K, based on the game, based on the collection you go for, collector's edition, founder's edition, whatever it is, you're paying extra for it already at the start of it. And this, they still have items which you need to pay for. So do you guys spend on games like this? I do not spend on full price games. I do spend on free to play games because I support the devs in a way. So if I like the item, I will definitely pay for it. So guys, go ahead. Let's start off with Peanuts over here since he plays a lot of AAA titles.
Or did Phoenix
I don't play that many AAA titles, actually.
Yeah, so like, what would you do? So you already paid for a AAA title game, and the game has content locked behind a paywall.
Yeah, okay.
Would you pay for it?
It depends. Like I don't know who said this before. I forgot, but like they said, you just wait for people to buy it, and you see if it's good, and then you buy it. That's pretty much
That's
how it
what
works.
Solar. That's what Solar said at the start of the
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, I was just gonna wait out till the eager ones just go try it out and find out it's actually trash or not trash, and then buy it. So basically, you want others to test the water out without investing in. What about you,
It
Dragon?
also depends on whether it's an item or a kind of game or mission or what I was buying, whether it's an item or a mission or
Uh,
something.
See, it could be a DLC, it could be an item, it could be it could be a special mission, it could be a special costume, it could be anything. But you're already paying a full price to the game, which means like it's supposed to mean that way. I don't know. Before earlier, it used to mean that if you paid for a content, any update, any new thing which came to the game, came in form of an update, which meant that as long as you paid the original price at the start of the game, you were promised any future content for it. I'm pretty sure you guys buy
Right.
DLCs. So what do you think?
There are so many examples of it, like what Ubisoft always do. They produce a gold edition, right?
Yeah.
Which includes all the DLCs, all the season passes, and everything. But still, when you get games in your hand and you start playing it, after some time you realize, oh, I think I don't have that particular thing. Why I don't have that particular thing? Because I have to buy it from the game.
Oh yeah, I'll
And
add on
that's
to
where
that. Yeah, yeah. Just go ahead. I'll add on to that.
and that's where things really get bad and creepy. But I paid for fucking full game. Like I paid 3500 money, or maybe more than that. People people all around the world, they're spending a hell lot of money and they're not getting good full fledged game, which screws the mind, which screws everything up.
I'll add on to what Harshad said over here. So I did buy Division, like you said. Division at some point got very repetitive, and players started
Very
dropping out. So what Ubisoft did was they came up with a new update to the game where the AI of the game kept changing things up. What they did was they headed behind another DLC, which meant that players who had the season pass or players who were willing to buy the game got a chance to.
mhm.
Yeah, tell me.
No, you say. Oh,
Yeah,
you are also playing the division, right?
yeah. This is basically
Yeah.
about Division. My saltiness based on Division. So
I got Payday 2 in mind, so it's fine.
I'll let you go into a repat at next. So what I was telling was that so they came up with new skins, new items, new missions, and well, it's fine up to a certain point. It's fine if they lock it in DLCs. They even lock the new AI system, which changes things up, which makes the game a bit more fun to play rather than just mindless grinding over and over and over again. What this did is it kind of killed off the game for anyone who didn't buy that particular DLC. Cause
Mhm.
yeah,
It
yeah, tell me.
it gets boring after time.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so
So the actual intent of that patch was to make sure that the game wasn't boring, that it didn't get too repetitive, and it kept changing things up. But locking that feature behind a paywall, uh, the person's already paid the full price for the game just to get it. So at least you're supposed to at least give 50% of that. At least make the gaming experience for them better. If you're going to completely lock off a new system which is supposed to make the game much more interesting, what's the point of it? Why do you release DLCs? Why should I pay a full price to a game which I will only get to play about 50% of it. If the other 50% is locked behind DLCs. Solar, Payday 2, a ton of DLCs.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be really salty right now. Salty right now. Because you wouldn't even know, man. You wouldn't know how much I'm crying right now seeing they release Payday 2 for free. And I got 50% off to get Payday 2 the Ultimate Edition, which includes Payday 2 and all the DLCs, okay? So it's basically like this. Um, I think Payday 2 cost around $5. I think it cost around no. It cost around below it cost below $12 when I first bought it, and it was on sale. It was on 4-pack.
Yeah,
So basically, I bought it for the complete game, right?
yeah.
And then there were a lot of DLCs. And then I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna be hardcore in this game, so I'm not gonna ignore that. But then the gameplay was good, and everything was good. The only problem is that it has a lot of microtransactions. And
No, I'll
that,
just interrupt over there, okay? So you said the gameplay was good. You had fun.
yeah,
It didn't get
yes,
repetitive. It didn't get boring.
yes.
You could have continued having fun without buying the DLCs to up to some
No.
extent.
It's basically like this. Payday 2. If you don't buy other stuff from Payday 2, it will be like repetitive. It's not like a MOBA
Repetitive,
where
yeah.
like you can have everything at what you can have everything and a lot of situations can come out. Payday 2 is basically like this. Like there are scripted scenes. You have objectives that you have to do, and you're gonna get bored if you keep repeating it again and again. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to buy more. You want to buy more heists. You want to buy more characters just to expand your content. But
Yeah.
it happened
And
like
the
this.
gameplay and not getting bored.
I would like to suggest everybody right now to go on Steam and check out Payday 2 and see how much of a fucking idiot I've become.
There are a lot of DLCs for Payday 2. And
There are.
now, after putting in so much money to Payday 2, at some point, Payday 2 is going to shut down because Payday 3 is already in making, right?
Dude, it's
Right?
basically like this. Every single month, no wait, it's not every single month. It's like every other month. They release DLCs, right? They release DLCs, new mask, new guns, and new stuff like that. And basically, the game Payday 2 is not even a complete game anymore. It turned into a you buy 25% content of the game, which is basically the main content, and then the DLCs are like they're the ones covering 75% of the whole content. So you basically
You got cut over there.
I broke I broke my phone. Hold on, give me a moment.
Either you buy it or you lose it. But
Yeah.
it keeps repeating. Yeah.
It's basically like this. When you buy Payday 2, okay, I'm back. When you buy Payday 2, you get like 25% of the content, right? And then so they're just going to keep releasing it with the they're going to keep releasing
Okay.
all the DLCs with the mentality like, oh, everybody loves our game. Everybody's just gonna buy the DLCs anyway. But not everybody has the money for that. Even if you're a gamer, you have other like priorities in life. You have to keep yourself alive before you even play games. I mean, gaming. No matter what anyone says, gaming is a hobby, and gaming is what we love. It can be a job or stuff like that. But we can't survive on gaming alone, right?
No one's asking
So
you to survive on it alone.
yeah, I just want to I just want to point that out because when I was little, I actually thought of that. Okay,
You're
so
not.
basically like this,
Yeah.
I pay a lot for a microtransaction in a game, just for me to have the whole game, but I don't get that. And now they're releasing Payday 2. They're selling it for $12 for a complete downloadable content. They have all the DLCs and you get Payday 2 for yourself.
I got-
And I bought it for less than $12 a year ago without all the DLCs. And now if you buy all the DLCs right now without the sale, you'll get them for more than $500.
Let
How
me-
is that?
let me rub in
Wait.
a bit more
Expired.
salt on that. I got Payday 2 completely free. I didn't pay.
Even I got it completely free.
Oh my god!
And for me, my friend bought it for me, Payday 2.
Well,
Oh
it's
my
still free.
god!
It's still free up to a certain point. But I did think I should get DLCs at some point, but yeah, wasn't worth it. The DLCs costed a bit. It was.
Who would pay $500 for a complete DLC? They're asking you to pay $500 for like a complete content of a fucking game which you already paid for.
Wait,
And
wait,
what's
wait,
even
wait.
more shittier is they release it for free at some point.
And you do realize after some time the support for the game is already ended, and after some time the servers might stop working as well. They might shut the game down. Is Payday 1 still functional?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good game. Payday 1's better than Payday.
No, is it still still functioning? Are the servers still
Are
running?
still on?
I don't know if the servers are still running.
Some games turn off the servers. So basically, they just put in some backlog servers which keep running just because of people who still want to keep playing the game. But many of them just move away from the game once the game actually dies out at some point. You've already spent the money; it's already gone.
Wasted.
It's not gonna come back. What do you think?
That's bad,
Game,
man.
since you already spent on it, do you think they should continue supporting a game because people already put their money into it, or should they just stop working on it because they're not getting any money from it, any more money from it? They already got how much ever they could, but they're not getting any more of it.
A few steps they should be taking. They should like servers. If they have 4 servers, then just reduce it to 1. If you don't have the budget to maintain 4 servers, just reduce it to 1. Because there are players who want to play that game,
Yeah,
which is already dead. But still, there are players who want to play the game.
exactly. Like
Second-
go ahead. I'll put it.
Second, they should introduce some coupons or something like that, some discounts to the second installment. Like, you got the first one, we'll give you 25% discount on the second if you buy it. So in this
Yeah, but-
way, they will support. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. Well, another solution to that is actually let players host their own servers. Now, I think
No. I'll just add on to that. Recently, we just tried playing Killing Floor. We tried to host a server. It was one very, very bad experience. We were live for around 2 hours. We didn't get to play even a single game. It was a very bad experience, man. Hosting our own server.
I have 2 reactions to that.
Yeah.
Can I react?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, number 1, I don't really think it's a good idea nowadays because not everyone has the internet capacity to
no, but
host a
it
server.
doesn't mean you have to host your own servers. You can join a community server. That's what I meant. Like,
I mean,
even if we can't do it, there are other people who know about this who can set up their own servers, and they can be used as community servers, even if the official servers have been, deleted.
Well, that could be done, but what if the servers, which are the community-run servers, are always full since the people playing it are playing it a lot, and whenever you try to play the game, it's already full. You're not able to get in. What do you do at that point?
Don't you think it will be much more toxic in that way? If you have think it like this, you made a game, you developed a game, okay?
Yeah.
The servers are in your hands.
Yeah.
You are giving servers in someone else's hands. Like that. So they can cheat, they can hack, they can do whatever they want in those servers. And the game is dead.
so
no,
in
no.
summarize, who
But
the
you have
fuck
the
would host a
command,
server?
But if you still have the command on that server, you can just ban those pages.
No. Let me add on to that. So, in Steam, in any Steam game, if you take a look at it, you have the Valve run servers and the community run servers. You have servers which let you basically god mode it out, like go ahead, have fun, you're not gonna die. But you also have servers that let you improve your skill. like headshots only, pistols only, rifles only, or snipers only. So just these servers are pretty custom based on what do so these servers also have mods on them. So in any time someone's hacking on them or doing anything salty or something, the mods ban the person. Basically, they ban their IP from entering that custom server. So it's being done already in some Steam games. It's not entirely new. It could be done. So yeah, that's what. So we good on this topic?
Yeah.
We good, Chief.
I totally forgot. It went from one direction to the other. I don't know from how. I don't know how it went from DL.
Went from One Direction to Zayn Malik.
It went from microtransactions to DLCs to servers, to community run servers. I don't know what's
It's
that.
fine. This is basically the S.A.L.T podcast.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen. Okay, so the
I
third
mean, it's
question.
impossible to keep it to one subject, and I think people would get bored of listening to the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the third question was supposed to be DLCs, but we already covered the DLC issues. So we're gonna skip that one. So the fourth one will be grinding to unlock stuff. Like earlier, how we talked about the intense grind in Warframe. Do you think the companies see the thing I'll say is that companies are mainly intent on making money, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
the main intention would be to get back whatever they're investing. Obviously, they're investing money into the game to develop it, to make it run, to make it smooth, to give it some really good graphics, and they want to get the money back, be it whatever game it is. So at free-to-play games, that's totally fine because you're not asking the player to pay any sort of money to play the game. But in fully priced titles, once again, sort of like the microtransactions thing. What I lost track. Yeah. So what it was like before, earlier in some older games, there were some characters or some weapons or stuff hidden behind a grind wall. Like you had to do some special tasks to unlock these things.
Just give example of
Mortal Kombat. There are many examples, man. I can't stick to just Mortal Kombat, but you even had these Mugen games where the characters were
It's
there.
basically like this. You pay for a game, and then they will ask you to pay more stuff for that game, which
Is-
is yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how much it costs to run a server exactly, but when a company asks you to pay for the game, I'm assuming they calculated in all their charges to keep the game servers running, their the investment they would need to keep creating newer content to keep the game supported. Pretty sure they keep all this in mind and then decide the actual price of the game, right? Or do they
Yes.
just go, we're gonna make a game, we're gonna sell it for this much price, and that's it? We don't know how much we're investing in it and how much we might get back. Or do they do that? I'm pretty sure it's the first one.
It's either one or the other.
I don't think anyone goes in like, okay, we are going to spend around 80,000 in this game, and we hope to get back at least 70,000. No one goes like that, right? They're gonna decide how based on their investment, and they're gonna see how many players might buy the game, and how many copies they sell. What would they be? What would their profit be based on that? And after seeing all this, then they might price the game to a level, because you have games that start out at 600 rupees to games that go at 5,000, 6,000, 8,000. Excuse me. You have PlayStation games that go around 5,000, I think. I don't play console games, but I think General Peanuts does play console games. So, Peanuts, tell me, how
Yeah,
much does a average console game cost?
the average console game is about, if we put it in dollars, it's about $50 and $60, which is
Oh,
3,500 in rupees, I think.
$50.
right.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I actually buy it on discount from eBay and all, and I usually buy used games. So
Okay.
I would.
Okay then. So that's that. Anyone want to add on to that? To the pricing of the games? Like, nope.
Like, it's justifiable to give like $50-$60 on console games because like, take Sony for example.
Yeah.
They actually didn't make any profit from you know their console, the PS3, for like a few years because the components were too expensive and the consoles were sort of too much, I mean, less price. So how they made money was like they required other game publishers to register on their on their network. So when people bought
Social
it from
network.
PS, when they bought it from PlayStation Network, I mean when they listed games in the PlayStation Network, Sony would actually get some money from that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so because the consoles are overpriced, they really do need to give that much price to games, console games.
Also, in regards to what you said, with console games, any sort of developer or publisher needs to go through a certain process where they get their games certified by Sony before it's launched onto PlayStation.
Yes.
Even if it's a single patch update, it needs to get certified by Sony before it goes live on the game itself. Yeah, the same goes with Xbox as well. It's not just
I had Play Store in mind for some reason, and then I realized it was Google.
Google.
And even for PC games, when you put up a game in Steam, you actually need to register before that for the green light program.
The green light program is coming to an end, I think.
They're
Really?
going to end the
I
green
didn't know
light
about
program.
that.
Yeah, it's coming to an end. They're
Why are
starting a
they
new.
ending it?
I think they have a newer version of it. So there's a newer version, so they're gonna stop the green light and go ahead with the newer version of it. I don't have
It's
the details.
basically they had said something like this about the green light program having too many games in Steam come on, and then they're going to have like a new program which make it more complex for games to go on Steam.
Also, it had the developers pay a certain amount for the games to be on Steam.
Yeah, and another problem would be the early access shit. Oh god, early access is such a problem because like people would buy the game on early
Yeah.
access and the what developers would just drop it. They would just drop the thing.
Oh,
They wouldn't even bother
that's true.
developing further.
Yeah, so the thing was, I have played a lot of early access games. I majorly play early access games. I look for bugs. I sort of do that sort of thing when I'm bored. So this game, which you guys are seeing right now, is in its open beta stages, which is sort of in early access. And the other game, which you might have been watching. I have the video in loop because this is more to the audio than the video. So
The most
this,
popular game these days, PUBG, players are not battleground.
yeah,
Earlier stages,
yeah.
beta.
Yeah, that's what. So these beta games are doing pretty well. They are unstable. They do crash. They are not completely optimized, but they're playable. They are fun, and the community keeps growing and growing. As long as it is this way, it's fine. And the developers are quite excited to keep the game running. They are at no point
Yeah, and
intent on giving up on it.
there are good developers who don't give up on it, like Paladins
Yeah,
and PUBG. Actually, PUBG, they actually didn't want to do early access at first.
yeah.
They actually, yeah, they didn't want to do it, because they
Sorry.
the creator wanted to make it really good first. They wanted to complete it first, but when the company insisted, he said that we should let it be stable first.
Yeah.
Like it should be stable. It should be a stable version that we put up, and I think that's actually a good thing. Other developers should like actually learn from it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'll agree to that. So the thing is, early access is the companies need data on how their game works on different systems. Because let me tell you one thing. Unlike consoles, where the configuration of consoles is same throughout a single generation, like if you take up PS2 anywhere is the same, unless it's based on the storage, that is it doesn't fall on storage. So I'm talking about its graphics or its processing unit or something like that. It's the same everywhere. Anywhere you go to one
No,
part of the
not
yeah,
actually
yeah.
up until like PS3, it was not. They were not using computer components, but for PS4 and Xbox, they were
No,
actually
no.
using
I'm not a
computer
okay.
components.
I'll put this in. I'm not a console guy, so I'm not pretty sure what type of components they use in a console. Um,
They
uh,
actually use computer components for the Xbox One and the PS4.
so why aren't consoles able to produce the same quality of games PCs have been able to?
Uh, actually, actually,
That's a different
Can't
topic.
we get you out
We're,
of that?
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, that's a different topic. We'll leave that later,
yeah.
some other time maybe. So what I was telling
Wait.
was,
What were we talking about? I wasn't paying attention 5 minutes ago.
Good morning.
I
uh,
feel you, man. I feel you.
so we completely lost track again. So what I was telling was, yeah, consoles are pretty much the same anywhere you go. You take up PS3, PS3s are same anywhere you go in the world. PS4s are same anywhere you go in the world. But computers aren't like that. Let me give you my own example. You have me on one side of the home with a workstation over here which can pretty much run anything, and on the other side you have a potato PC which basically runs on Intel graphics for my brother. So the developers need data on how their games perform on different levels of computers. So basically, that goes from your potato level PCs to your master race PCs. I'm just giving you a proper scale over there. Like you can imagine how many different combinations and components people use, overclockers, normal factory overclock versions, newer systems, older systems, previous generations, latest
Yeah,
generations.
which is why the developers usually program a game for a console and then they port it to PC. They support to change it to fit a PC's components, and that's why we had problems with some PC games like Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight wasn't very well
Yeah,
optimized because
exactly. So yeah, so these games which are exclusive to PC and not on PlayStation and stuff, they need to collect data on how their game is performing in different corners of the world. So that's where the open beta or closed beta comes in. Players from different corners of the world register to play your game for free. So the game is free for a certain period of time, and everyone is allowed to play the game. All the company needs is the user experience data over there. Uh, yeah, that pretty much covers our podcast for today. Else want to add anything? It's been almost an hour.
I love everyone.
I love you too, Solar.
No, not you.
What? Oh, come on.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
I actually
Harshal?
want to say hi to everybody from the in the chat at one point. I would like to say hi to Skyo, to Shin, not you, Crispy. Anyone but Crispy.
Okay, no hate over here. Okay. Dragon,
Just
anything?
kidding.
You
Just
you
kidding.
wanna rage on this thing? What's that game? What's the samurai game
I
from
already
Ubisoft?
I already did a lot
For,
on the Ubisoft.
For Honor. For Honor.
Oh, the whole Ubisoft thing.
I don't know, man. Ubisoft's gone from my favorite company to something I'm pretty salty about right now. I
Yeah,
mean,
let's hope.
I buy so much of Ubisoft's game. I have Division, I have Assassin's Creed, I have Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, and I had few other games I don't remember them, but I used to love Ubisoft, but I'm somewhat at
Uh,
a salty point right now.
I I was actually a big fan of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
But you know, everybody knows that with the recent iterations of Assassin's Creed, it was like
Hmm.
going down in quality.
yeah,
But
that's true.
and like the only game I actually like right now from Ubisoft is South Park.
Oh
It
yeah,
is,
South Park is very pretty. I mean, interesting over there.
yeah, it was so awesome. The best thing was it had great comedy, and it would be better if you watched the South Park series. But even if you didn't, it was still good, and made fun of all these kind of other games, and you
All
just
these just social justice warriors. It was
yes,
The
basically a
noticeable thing that the Ubisoft is so massive company. They produce a hell lot of games and all AAA titles all year long, and then comes the small companies, indie companies like Ninja Theory. I hope Pradeep you know about it,
yeah
right?
yeah yeah yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
they
Yeah
recently they introduced game Senua Hellblade,
yeah.
right? And it's so damn beautiful game, so damn beautiful.
I should check it out then.
And
I haven't played
yeah, you
Hellblade.
should. And just compare the quality of an indie game studio and full-fledged big company like Ubisoft.
Now,
Let's
I just ask over
yeah.
there.
And I have another example. Like there's this indie game. I'm not sure what his name is. He's developing a game with Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
I think you guys know him. He uses presets, that's true, but his game is like beautiful. I'm sorry, but I don't remember the name of the game or even the developer. But it's like if you watch it, you'll just know how good indie games can be.
rather than an indie game. It all
Would
depends
you
on it.
put it as could you put it as an independent developer making a AAA game? Because AAA games usually mean yeah
Sorry, I'm cutting you. I just forgot to mention one point.
yeah
Though they are giving a solid competition to AAA games
yes
in
yeah
graphics and quality of the game, plus
yeah.
you should check out the prices.
Uh,
A
way
range of
cheaper,
it was price
way
tag.
cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one
they
thing.
are actually cheaper and they are actually giving some better performance and better gameplay, better graphics, better in every aspect.
Well, the thing about these companies which are already totally established and are big names in the industry, they I think their focus has shifted slightly from player experience to keeping
Quality
the
should
player.
be seen.
Yeah, it's if you take EA or something. Earlier, their games used to be such top quality, but now it's more about milking players. I'll just be open with that. It's my opinion. It might differ
Oh
to
yeah,
someone else.
by the way, indie game that I meant was Lost Soul Aside. You,
Okay.
anyone who's watching, and you guys too, should check it out. It was made by a single person in 2 years. And check out the trailer. It's such a beautiful game. I just wanted to put that out there.
Send the
Totally,
link
totally.
instead.
Just message me the link. I'll put it in the description, and
Okay.
they can check it out. So I think I'll wind it up over here. It's been 1 hour. It was a great talk, guys. Having you guys here. I hope to do another session like this.
Sure.
It's pretty fun over here.
Really
Discussing
fun,
about these
especially
things.
the salt.
By the
Yeah,
way, anyone noticed we lost the kid?
the kid
We
probably
lost the
lost.
kid.
The kid left.
A pedophile took him.
The kid lost interest when things got complicated. You're always welcome to join our podcast.
Wait. Before I have to say anything, I have to admit the kid knows more than me about video games.
This guy, Solar plays Dota 2 so much. How many hours do you have in Dota 2?
2000.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I at most have 994 hours in Counter Strike. That's just in 1 year.
I think I have 1,000 hours of gameplay in Dota 2, but I still suck. I'm in the 1K MMR point.
Oh, get over it, you scrub.
I just have
No,
to.
I don't-
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's nothing. Go ahead.
I just have 200 hours in Dota, and that's basically just playing with these guys, just messing around and making them lose the matches. That's it.
It's fine. I skip
That's what I
FPS.
do. I'm basically a FPS person. Well, that's it for this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got something
Bye-bye. Happy
informative.
gaming.
Bye-bye.
Happy
Bye.
gaming. Let's
Do something productive.
Yeah, do something productive. Play games. Have fun. And once you're done with that, do something actually productive. Like,
Yeah.
just, I don't know. Who said playing?
What is this thing you call productive thing?
It's
Um,
playing games.
In our case, being productive means creating videos, creating assets for games, drawing, creating art,
Yeah.
stuff like that. For someone else, it'll be something different.
Yeah, it will be different. As long as it.
Our career basically depends on games. So, games, it's our careers are borderline productivity.
Yeah.
Well,
Subject.
yeah. So I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna wrap up the session over there.
Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for joining me today.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So if you guys like this sort of video, just give it a thumbs up. Just comment on how we can improve the stuff. We'll see you guys soon, maybe. What do you guys say?
Sure. By the way, the video is gonna get a lot of dislikes just because I'm here.
Never mind. It's fine. As long as it gets some attention, it's totally fine. Hope you guys, once again, for the last time, hope you guys learned something new. Hope you guys, hope it made you think. Just think before you pre-order or buy DLCs. That's it for the stream. See you guys in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Adios, amigos.